What I'm holding here today is this Maybach Leicester 57 Gold Rush, obviously referring to the gold top finish. I've said it multiple times, but running the risk of sounding like a broken record, I'll say it again. Maybach makes some of the most incredible instruments out there, and the bang for the buck you get with this instrument is insane. If you go on the internet and search for a Gibson, Murphy Lab, or a Fender Custom Shop guitar, first check the prices, then check your bank account. After the crying session, check out Maybach prices, and you'll be surprised to see that these guitars actually cost a fraction of what the counterparts of Gibson and Fender Custom Shop do. And I can guarantee you that you're going to get a very, very similar experience when opening up the case. Now, I'm not saying that Gibson Custom Shop or Fender Custom Shop are making bad instruments. On the contrary, they make incredible instruments, but the prices that they have for those are just insane. And I know to appreciate brands like Maybach that make it possible for us mortals to actually own instruments of such level. And all that for a very reasonable price. Before we continue with the video, if you're new here, hi, my name is Kanar, and here on my channel all we do is talk about guitars, guitar gear, music in general, and everything in between. So if you're into that kind of thing, make sure to subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any future uploads. Now let's quickly talk about the specs of this guitar, and I'll tell you the story of how this became my main instrument. As the name suggests, this guitar is based on a 57 Les Paul, meaning it has the gold top finish, it has the fat round neck, and it has PAF style pickups. The neck on this especially is very comfortable to play. It's fat but not overly fat, and it's rounded on the edges, and it just feels like an old friend. I had this problem with some built up scar tissue on my left pinky that happened at work, an accident at work. That made it really difficult for me to play guitars with fatter necks. I thought it wouldn't get any better because it did hurt and affect my playing for the best part of 2 years, but all of a sudden it is getting better now, and I hope it gets even better. The body is made out of mahogany. It's 2 pieces in the back, and also on the top we have obviously a gold top, but underneath we have a 2-piece maple cap, which offers that legendary combination. The neck is also made out of mahogany paired with a beautiful piece of rosewood, and it's equipped with medium jumbo frets and those classic looking trapeze and lace. On top of that, the guitar is finished in nitro lacquer, and it's aged to perfection, to say the least. Additionally, we have a real bone nut made in Japan, Goto hardware, and last but not least, a pair of Amber Spirit of 59 humbuckers, which are hand wound in Germany. When I first got this guitar, I just really wanted a good Les Paul. I've always loved the classic Les Paul sound and also the looks of a Les Paul, so I really wanted to have one in my arsenal. However, I never thought that it would become my main guitar. Not because this particular one isn't a great guitar, but the tone that I had in my head and the type of music that I was trying to play, I thought that the Les Paul wouldn't suit that. As some of you might know, my biggest guitar inspiration is Julian Lage, and I always gravitated towards a Telecaster, or at least a guitar with a P90 in the neck position. In all honesty, the Les Paul that I really wanted was a gold top Les Paul with P90s and a 54 spec. Unfortunately, however, Maybach doesn't offer that in the standard production line, and I couldn't afford going Maybach custom shop for one of those. In the back of my head, I still think that will be the perfect guitar for me, but for now, I'm really happy with how this Les Paul turned out. The setup and playability right out of the box was perfect, but the minor tweaks and final setup things that I did to this guitar made me click with it. First thing I did was I changed the strings to 11s because that's what I like, that's what I'm comfortable with, and I adjusted the setup to my liking, which is something I do with almost every guitar. Afterwards, I lowered the pickup height, and that's when I noticed the biggest difference. Originally, the guitar sounded like a really fat Les Paul, which is awesome. What lowering the pickup did is it transformed this guitar into a fatter sounding Telecaster. Not only on the bridge pickup, but also on the neck pickup. Every note I play on this guitar sounds warm and round, but not overly muddy. Just like that extra blanket on a cold winter night. That's the best way I can explain how this guitar makes me feel when I play it. It does sound incredible in situations like a blues and rock band. I took this to a rehearsal with this blues band that we're trying to develop, and it delivered the goods. However, I do enjoy playing this guitar more in a solo guitar context or with a loop pedal, which is very good because that's what I do most of the times anyway. Alright, so that's going to be it for my current main guitar. I'm very fortunate to have such an instrument, and it always puts a smile on my face whenever I see it on the stand. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you like the guitar. I hope you like the tones. And if you have any questions about this guitar or just in general, please make sure to write them under the comments down below. Also, if you have any suggestions for videos that you want to see on the channel, please make sure to include those as well. Last but not least, please make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. YouTube is telling me that more than 90% of my viewers are not subscribed to the channel. So please make sure to gently press that subscribe button because it really helps a lot and I appreciate it. With that being said, I hope to catch you with the next one, and until then, stay safe and have a good one. Bye bye.